Sometimes this program gives me a lot of problems. Not mine, sorry. Okay, this is my presentation of the 10-year plan. Let me give you a little bit of a background about the 10-year plan, which were incorporated in 2016 by the government, where each big business or apartment blocks, sectional titles, all those guys need to have a 10-year plan in place where they can budget and make provisions for anything that happened that need to be replaced. One of the other things is government give also an example of when must certain things be replaced. Now listen to this. We talk about window frames and door frames and rewiring of your complete complex in 100 years or every 100 years. Those guys don't live and stay and work in a place like this, and they don't know nothing about any of this. If you want to replace a window frame from an apartment block on the 40th floor, you have to break out from pillar to pillar the whole section to replace one window frame. You have to replace the lintel. I don't know even if those guys know what a lintel is or that a lintel exists. Your window frame is built into and around the pillars of each part of the building. Your door frames. These people don't have any cooking clue what they're talking about. Rewiring of a house with 5-6 different rooms, carports, security, garden, whatever you want to call it and however you want to see it, it's nearly impossible to do that. Now go to a apartment complex with 500 units. In our case, we don't have so much as we have only about 43 units. And of course, all over on the outside, we have this wiring. Not even the previous telecommunication business corporate guys don't want even to remove the existing telephone wiring inside the complex, although there are no telephone or landlines anymore. It don't exist anymore, but they don't remove the wiring. Yes, you can put acid into and eat up all the plastic and all the copper wire and stuff like that, but maybe there's some other wiring inside as well, and before you know it, your whole system collapses. But you have to rewire every 100 years. This is more than just madness. This is bad. Okay. According to the example, you have to budget for the future, for at least 10 years ahead. Now guys, if I told you in October 2019 you have to budget for COVID, and I told you what is the I told you what will be COVID be like, I promise you. Okay, what is this? Now why don't you want to work? Because it's working. Why is it working? Stop on, man. Why is it working? Anyway. Yes. So, you couldn't budget for something like COVID. You cannot even budget for up till next year for certain things, because no one of us will know what will happen in the next 10 years. But okay, we have to compute. We have to compute, and we have to budget for exactly that. According to the example, I say you cannot. You have to create something totally new. Every Tom, Dick and Harry jump on the bandwagon and creating dashboards, programs to show us how we can manage this 10-year plan. Not one, not two, not three. I tested already 7 of those dashboards, and not one of them is working correctly. Not one. Not according to their standards. It's very difficult. You have screens and screens or pages and pages in Excel. 95% of them is in or are in Excel. Only one program I tested was not in Excel or written in Excel or for Excel, but is almost non-workable. Let me say this. Maybe there's no such a word, but okay. You cannot use it. Now here it's a small list which can be used in most of the sectional title buildings. There are certain things in another building, let's say like swimming pools and braai areas and extra carports, and you have a home owners association units. That's houses, by the way. Yes, you may have different kind of roofs, tiling, stuff like that. Yes, you have gardens where you want to mow the lawn, pest control in seedlings and stuff like that. Yes, you can also put that together here if you want to. Just let me remind you, you have from 0 to 32,000, or you can begin at minus 32,000. So with other words, you have where will we go? Okay, so you have at least 65,000 you can put in this list. Okay, my program is very small. It's less than 1,000 kilobytes. Okay. Okay, let's make it 1 megabyte. Yeah, very close. Okay. This is what my program do. You can add your items, you can delete the items, you cannot move them, but you can add and edit and delete, and I brought this in. This is a heading, and this is a, okay, that's a heading, that's a subheading, and this is an item. So I put it on overheads of all waterproof areas because I didn't know where they done this waterproofing back in 2021. Maybe it was all, maybe it was only part. I'm not 100% sure where it was. And 2022 we will come to the expansion joint. Some buildings have more than one, so you can put in more than one expansion joint. Ours have only one main one. You can do all the putting. You can do it in sections. You can do whatever you want to. Your paint where you want to paint. You can even paint your swimming pools, and you can paint your ablution blocks on the outside, which we don't have, carports and stuff, and other maintenance. This electricity is not in is not in line of your normal cash flow. So this is a department on its own, electrical lights and stuff like that, maybe for security, but you cannot put everything under security, so you have to do it in a different way. Then COVID since 2019. My problem is our reports only run back to 2021. The previous guy, there was nothing in place. Yes, I can go back to about 2014 for certain things, which I will do in the future while I'm doing this program. The only way I believe you can see if your program is working correctly is to do it yourself. So, yes, there can be and will be changes coming. If you press here, you have your growth factor help there, and what will happen if you plus, what happen minus, what happen in none is actually your actual figure that's being used. And of course you can delete from this point onwards. If you delete from here, you will delete from this point onwards. This will stay here, so everything you change won't go back to the previous year. It's only from this year and onwards. You can put it in a minus, like, okay, there's nothing here, but let's say you get insurance, investments. If it's not a flowing thing, maybe you have a one-time refund, or your building complex played a lot, I don't know. Anyway, this is just quickly so you can see where you can go to. That's what I changed, so that you can go up to 2100 years, where you can see where you have to compute and stuff like that. Yes, let me see. This program will be available if you ask. If you don't ask, I won't make it available. Anyone can use it, anyone can modify it, anyone can do whatever you want with this, and I'm not going to ask you one single cent. Nothing. I don't even know if this is still recording, but anyway, because the previous one record only for 3 minutes and then it stops completely, poof. Okay, hopefully it's working. I show you everything from my mods. It's a simple coding, straightforward, with a lot of white space, with all the things I tried that doesn't work, that doesn't comply, still inside. This is none of this is going to work anyway, or almost nothing. Maybe I will do the printing, but the printing will work as a different report system. Nothing is this is okay. This is working. I show you quickly in one of my previous videos that how to get by with the SSC, select the text key. Yes, so that is that one, and of course you need the password to get to this. This is only for testing purposes, which is not going to be done very quickly now. And of course the standard stuff on this side. And is this really working or not? Here it is. What I tried doesn't work. How to get to the bottom of everything. Okay. If you need this program, just ask. I will give it to you. Enjoy.